Hi, hello, how are you? And welcome back to another video. Guess what? Guess what? This build, I didn't lose it. Woo! If you didn't watch my last video, then you're like, what are you talking about? Lose it? Last time my game crashed, I lost the build. But guess what? This time, my game didn't crash. And I realized later, so basically like, over this past week, I saw someone tweet that I guess there's a bug going around like in the game right now where the animations that your Sims go through in CAS cause the game to crash. And so I think that's what happened to my thing. But if you were wondering and you don't follow me on Twitter or you just missed out, that I rebuilt the Witch's Caravan and it is up on the gallery. So crisis averted, or well, not averted, but resolved. But anyway, let's talk about this build. So as you probably know, if you've watched pretty much anything about Realm of Magic, a lot of people are really upset about the builds, the houses, the bar, and the spellcaster school. Just kind of subpar. People are really upset about that. And I was going to renovate these builds anyway, but I felt like it was even more important to do it now since everyone's really upset about them. And I figured I'd start with this little house because, like, oh, it's a little house. It'll be easy. I'll just get in, get out. We'll fix the house. It'll be great. Plot twist, I came up with some crazy ideas for this magical cottage and did all this wacky roofing and made this fireplace facade for the exterior and all these things. And it took a while. It actually, I think I spent, oh gosh, did I spend 3 hours on this or longer? I don't know, something around there. And I'm kind of really happy with it. I was going to try to stay really true to this build and keep it brick in some form or another. But I was really bothered because I wanted to use that brick that you see me using right there. And the corners, I couldn't have gotten the corners to work, I don't think, without changing the exterior. And I had built the exterior that I wanted. So I was like, you know what, fine. I'll go as magical as I want to, and I will make it pink. And so I did. And I like it. And if you're not feeling the pink house, well, guess what? It looks good in brick too. So as you can see there, like I almost went with that brick right there. And then I don't know, I just dove in and went pink, and I added that really chunky frame to the roof. I don't know, I don't think it's called a frame, but oh my gosh, my neighbors I don't think you can hear it. You might in a second if they keep doing it, but my neighbors are in the parking lot revving the engine on their Mustang. And right now, like I can just hear, it's like a purr, you know? Is that what car people call it? But earlier they were revving it to the extreme, and it was all I could hear. And I was like, oh, wait to record until they're done. And then they stopped. And now they're back at it. So hopefully we don't get interrupted by anything. But anywho, I went through all the pink the wall exterior swatches and paints and things in the base game. You saw me swatching them out there before I finally settled on this one. I don't know, I think it looks nice and it's cute. But the pink isn't the main part of the house. It's just, I wanted this house to be bright because it was this little, like, kind of squat brown box and it wasn't fun. And I was like, this is a magical world. The name of this world is Glimmerbrook, and you're not going to bring some brightness into here. So I feel like that's going to be my thing with renovating. There's 3 houses. So with renovating them, I'm going to kind of keep it bright. And I want to renovate the spellcaster school. It's on my list. And I might keep that one dark, but maybe just like, I just got to make it more interesting, probably the architecture on that one. But anyway, and so I went through this house. I didn't alter the floor plan a ton, you'll notice. I just made it a little more interesting, and then I really played with the placement of the archways and things and just like added little touches. Obviously, this was meant to be a starter home, and so it was, oh my gosh, do you hear that? I hope you guys can't hear that, and I'm just like being annoyed in silence for you, but it's just really obnoxious. Could I record later? No, I really can't. I have a lot of homework to do, and so I gotta record this now. But anyway, it's a starter home, and so it was like 16,000 simoleons or something. Obviously, it's not 16,000 simoleons anymore. I want to say it's 64, but that could be wrong. But I added like some. I wanted to furnish this house fully, obviously, for my game, for screenshots, for all that good stuff. So this house could easily be turned into a starter home. I'm sure that fireplace is expensive. I know I did put a $3,000 painting in this house, so that would be the first thing I deleted. And then I put a lot of plants in here, so cut back your plant budget. I mean, I wouldn't, but um, just little things like that. And I put that canopy bed in here. That canopy bed's obviously expensive, but it was kind of going with this whole like magical cottage vibe that I had in mind. And you notice I don't know what it is about this fridge, but I just can't help myself but put it crooked. And I like it. It makes that kitchen so interesting, especially since the actual kitchen area is small. I put a little island there, and then you have that little moment. But it's great. It is absolutely amazing. And I did check. I play tested this house. Everything works wonderfully. I was playtesting, and then the welcome wagon came. They got all mad at me because I was like, wait, I got to make sure the stove works, and I got to make sure you can get into the fridge. And they're like, maybe next time. But yeah, so like most of the house is really simple. There are just a few objects in here that I put in. They were just expensive, like the bed and that painting. You notice the bathroom is really simple. And I think the Realm of Magic, the sink that came with Realm of Magic, might be a touch expensive. So you could swap that out. But it went so nicely with the fancy little tub. I also didn't put a shower in this house. I was like, no, we're going full tub for this house. And then I did the whole garden outside, which we'll see. But I just had a lot of fun. I will say, like I said, I playtested this house, and it's great. I did catch it on fire while I was playtesting it. Because in the living room, I put a coffee table, and on that coffee table, I put a little lantern, I think, and then one of the incense holders from Spa Day. And I lit the incense, and then my Sim's in the kitchen, and she's like testing the fridge and stuff. And then it's like, there's a fire on the lot. And I was like, where? I didn't light the fireplace. Like, what? How is it on fire? And then I look, and the whole living room's on fire. Like, I kid you not. Both couches were burned. The rug was gone. It just burned to a pile of ash. The coffee table was burned. The incense holder was burned. The lantern was burned. The whole living room was ruined, and I had to replace it all. So, the house in the gallery, it has been through some fire damage, but don't worry, I fixed it. I cleaned the floor. I replaced all the things. So I think it's just because I used move objects to place them there, and so the incense holder might just be a touch too close to that lantern. I don't know. I don't know if it was like a random thing or if that's why. The fireplace, I did play with the fireplace lit though, and it didn't catch anything on fire. It didn't catch the rug on fire or the dining room table or anything. So that area seemed fine. I would just watch that incense holder. And I guess if you don't have Spa Day, then you don't have to worry about it because it won't be there when you download the house anyway. I really like this house. Normally I get I don't know. It's a 1-bedroom house, and normally I feel like that's just not enough space, especially since like the dining room that I put in here seats 4 people. It's like if you have guests over, But I really like this little house, and I like how it all came together. I was trying really hard to get just kind of I don't know how to describe it. Like, obviously, like this magical little cottage, but like whimsical. I really wanted there to be like this air of whimsy and this like bright, beautiful, like positive magic thing. And so I need to make a sim to live in it. And the funny thing is the video that will go up next week, so after this one, is not a build, it's a create a sim, unless I get like really add-on videos, and I'm like, I just need to like push these up a little bit, so that you're not seeing Realm of Magic videos still like posted out through December or something. But I built this sim. Oh gosh, I created a sim, and I created her, and she's the coolest sim ever. I don't want to spoil it, but I love this sim a lot, and I made her, and I was gonna have her live in a little witch's caravan. I was like, I don't know. I feel like she's just like a tough chick. Like, she doesn't play any games, and she goes out, she battles, and she's like an untamed, I made her untamed spellcaster, and she does not take no for an answer. She does not stand for anybody's nonsense. Like, she does what she needs to do, and she doesn't deal with anybody's nonsense. And so she doesn't match that little caravan where he's like, oh, peaceful, and like flowers and things. And she didn't I was like, oh, I'll move her into the next house I built. And this house is like really like, just, not that she's not a nice person. She's wonderful. But this just isn't her aesthetic. Like maybe the inside, maybe if I had made it brick, I would have felt more like she would live here. But it just felt too kind of prim and proper for her. Whereas I feel like she's a very practical sim. So I don't know where I'm gonna put her because both of the unoccupied lots I just made not quite her style. So I don't know, but you will see her in the future. And I had a lot of fun. I don't know. I like have that little like attic facade up there, and like I feel like this house came together really well. And I showed my boyfriend and I was like, well, what do you think of this? Like, do you think it looks okay like from the outside? Because I was really feeling the inside, but I don't normally do tricky things with roofs like I did here to make that fireplace on the outside. And I was like, does that look okay? He's like, I don't like that the fireplace is on the outside. I was like, where else? Or he didn't like it was on the front of the house. And I was like, that's not what I asked you, is it? So I like it. I think it's cute. And I make this little path and I ended up surrounding it with a hedge fence. The little path doesn't go anywhere because I was like, this house is already getting really expensive. So, and I didn't want to do two houses where I put a big, like, stone circle, like the rug with the runes and stuff on it, and then the cauldron in the middle. I didn't want to be repetitive, so I didn't put that out there. But there, I did put this cute little fountain in the side yard on the if you're facing the house on the right, and I really like that because I don't know. I just imagine, and it actually I don't even have to imagine. This is exactly what happens when you're playing with this household or this lot, and you have your game sound on and you have like all the ambient sounds and stuff. You just hear like the peaceful sounds of the fountain and then birds chirping, and it's just the essence of Glimmerbrook is what I would call it if I was like packaging it as a sound to sell for some reason. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. It's just so cute. You could put any number of different kinds of spellcasters in here, and I think it would be amazing. Oh, I brought the little. I think I put more candles in here to light it up outside. Or maybe, no, I did lanterns. Because I did think about doing more candles. I was like, don't be repetitive. It was the same thing with the cauldron. And there's no cauldron in this house. Because I was like, I don't think every house needs to be fully equipped for a spellcaster, even if a spellcaster lives in it. I did put like a wand box in the hall and things like that. But I imagine that all these people that live in Glimmerbrook that are spellcasters are going through the portal to go visit the shops and go to the magic school and talk to the sages and all those things. So I didn't feel that bad about not including a cauldron or anything like that in here, but you could add it in the yard or anything like that. I keep joking to people. I was like, you know what is a real mistake on EA's part is that you can't bathe in the cauldron because then, like, I don't know. I don't know if I mentioned that in my last video, is that like that you couldn't bathe in the cauldron. But I've been joking about that. Like, it's weird. It'd be weird because, like, you can also cook in it. But, you know, like, multi-purpose cauldrons, right? But, yeah, I think this house, I think it's great. I will try. I want to keep doing, like, funky things with roofs. This roof, I guess I don't know if it's more or less subtle or even, like, just about the same. Kind of like playing around that I did with the caravan. But I'm going to do varying levels of like wacky roofs. And then I also want to, since October's coming up, I'll do some really wacky, really creepy, witchy things with the stuff from this pack. Right now, I just want to kind of like work on Glimmerbrook and have a good time. But anyway, the screenshots are rolling through, so I'm going to let you go. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like as well, you know, a thumbs up. And, and subscribe if you want to see more of my videos in the future. Hit that bell notification if you're feeling snazzy. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!